Hi guys, Adam here. Today I want to talk to you about Soundstripe, which I use for music licensing for my wedding films, but have more recently been made a partner of. So if this video is helpful to you, then you can take advantage of my discount code that I've been given by Soundstripe. This will get you 10% off all the subscription plans, monthly payments, etc. All the info for that is in the description below. First of all though, copyrighted music is exactly that, copyright. Therefore, using it in your wedding films is a big fat no-no. So when a bride asks for her song in her wedding film, unfortunately, we can't do that legally. Hence why I and we use music licensing websites for royalty-free music that we can use in our wedding films. Today, I want to spotlight Soundstripe, which is one of my favorite music licensing sites. I'm going to take you through a playlist of some of my favourite tracks on the platform that I use, tracks that I use regularly, and because I'm subscribed to Soundstripe, I can use them again and again and again, unlimited. So if you are already on Soundstripe, check out this playlist of suggestions. Hopefully there'll be something that you can make use of. And if you're not signed up, as I've mentioned already, there is in the description below my discount code, which is AdamWing10, which gives you 10% off subscription plans. Go and check out Soundstripe. Okay, so in no particular order, here are 10 of my favourite tracks to use for my wedding films. So we'll start off with Caleb Etheridge. Now, Caleb Etheridge is an artist that's featured 3 times in this playlist. I've tried to limit him a little bit because he's very popular amongst wedding filmmakers. A lot of people that use Soundstripe use this guy. He's got loads of brilliant tracks. But I've tried to just limit it to just 3 in the interest of variety. So this first one is called Dreaming Away. It's described as hopeful, inspiring, powerful, soaring, building. And to me, it's just got a really nice soft start to it. And it's just a really nice ambient track. It's 3.5 minutes long, so it's great for sort of highlight films, trailers, teasers, etc. The next one is, again, Caleb Etheridge, a song called Reflections, described as building, inspiring, hopeful, epic, atmospheric. To me, it's just very 80s synth. It had a real Stranger Things vibe, which I just loved. And at 2 minutes 22 in duration, this would be a great track to use for a teaser, like a short Instagram teaser. You could just snip out a minute or so of this track. And it builds quite nicely. It's ideal to sort of build up as a bit of a teaser, and then it could make for a really impactful short edit. Lastly, by this guy, Gentle Waters, atmospheric, hopeful, inspiring, optimistic. This one's called Gentle Waters. At 3 minutes 44, this was in my head. Listening to this, it's another kind of track for a highlights video, or at least the first part of a highlights video. It's quite calm and ambient, and you could set some nice pieces of audio to this from speeches, ceremony, etc. Okay, moving on, we have a track called Elements by Emory. which starts off really nice. This track is unique in this playlist in that it's vocal. It's got vocals in it, and it's not very often I use tracks with vocals, but I wanted to include it because it's a lovely song. And actually using tracks with vocals can help fill out, you know, the middle of your film if you've not got much audio to use. So if you've not got much content from speeches or ceremony, using a track with vocals can help to pad out parts of that film. Coupled with a little bit of background sound effects of crowds sort of chatting and mingling kind of noises, this can work really nice. Next we've got a track called Eden's Song by Be Still the Earth. Now you'll notice in the waveform that this takes around about a minute. It's a 5.5 minute track, and it takes a couple of minutes to actually get going. The waveform there is quite soft and ambient for the first couple of minutes. So that says to me that it's perfect for the beginning of a film, showing the first parts of the scenery and the scene setting and the venue, and maybe a bit of the bridal party getting ready, the morning preps, the beginnings of a film. It's calm and it's soft. Likewise, this next one, Moments and Memories by Mountain House. As much as the last one was, in my head, is designed for the morning part of the film, the beginnings of a film, this track is well suited to a drinks reception, the cocktail hour kind of footage. So after the ceremony, just nice and relaxed and a bit more upbeat and bit more carefree would go nice with those kind of drinks reception shots, people mingling, laughing, chatting, etc. The next one, Cry Out by Adrian Walther, is again, in my mind, ideal for drinks reception. It's a little bit faster paced than the last one, a little bit more upbeat than the last one, and it's a bit more building as well. I'll skip ahead a little bit. But again, I think that's ideal for drinks reception, people mingling, etc. Flowers in Your Hair by Acreage. This goes back to just a more ambient track, a building, atmospheric, cinematic kind of track, a bit like the Caleb Etheridge ones from the start of the playlist. This is just a really nice ambient sort of, for a more sort of slow, romantic, intimate, moody vibe on your highlights films. It's a 5.5 minute track. And it just builds nicely for an emotional highlight film, or even to be used over the ceremony, a ceremony edit of a film. So imagine the bride walking in and making her entrance now. groom's getting emotional. Like, you can almost see it, you know. Now this next one, courtside fadeaway, is a little bit of a curveball. We're now firmly into the night do section, the party section of the wedding. Energetic, dancey, driving, fun. This track's 1 minute 58, just under 2 minutes. So again, it's because it's quite short, it's ideal for that last part of the wedding. The final. We've had the first dance, we've had the groom's speech, we've gotten all that emotional stuff out of the way. Now it's just party time. In the same lines as that, we've got 80s Hair by Fairlight. Again, this kind of feeds into my obsession with Stranger Things. It's a bit 80s, a bit synth. It's 4.5 minutes long, but this is, again, in my mind, I've included this with the intention of night do, party footage, dancing later on. Described as retro, dreamy, fun, carefree. It's not too loud and high paced that you couldn't put some audio over the top of it. But as an alternative, night do, energetic style party kind of film, I quite like this song. And that's obviously just a small selection of tracks that I use regularly that hopefully you'll be able to make use of or get some inspiration from. Obviously, for all of the artists that are listed in this playlist, go and check out the other tracks that those artists do. And this is just my personal preference for my kind of style. Soundstripe has dedicated playlists specifically for wedding scenarios and loads of different playlists and curated selections of tracks for different scenarios, weddings, corporate, cinematic styles, all that sort of stuff. They also have a library full of sound effects that when used in your wedding films just adds another layer to the edit, so that's a bonus. So yeah, hope my list was helpful. Definitely check out Soundstripe if you haven't already. If you do already use it, then use my discount code AdamWing10 for 10% off all your monthly subscription fees. The list of tracks that I've mentioned is in the description below as well, and links to all the relevant parts of Soundstripe. The track that I'm using in the background right now is from Soundstripe. I'll link that as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.